What's going on YouTube? It's your boy XL, and today we are getting ready to change the batteries in my SL550. This is a 07. First thing we're gonna go ahead and do, obviously pop the trunk because we have two batteries in this one. And we're gonna go ahead and take this cover off. This is in the trunk. And if you look up here, here's the spare tire. Here is the consumer battery. Now, the Mercedes-Benz 07, well, SL models have two batteries. Obviously, this is the consumer battery, like I stated, and then there's one in the front called the starter battery, which starts the car. That's the one we're going to change today. Now, we have to do this the safe way, and we have to disconnect the negative terminal from this consumer battery first before we disconnect the other battery, which is the starter battery. Can cause some electrical issues, so we don't want that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start by removing the negative terminal using the 10mm here. Almost out. All right, now that we got that out the way, we're gonna pop the hood. All right, we got the hood open here, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the negative on this one, which is the starter battery. This is what we're replacing today. Previous owner had this gold Autocraft battery, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace it with a Mercedes battery today. Now there is a tight space here, so you can remove this pan here, and this here is pretty much you want to keep this area clean because if it gets full in here, it can drain into your car. But you can remove this if you want to get a little bit more space, because as you can see, in order to remove this is kind of in the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off. There's a clip right over here where you can pop it off this side, and then there's one here as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this just to get more access to the battery. All right, and that's pretty much how it's gonna give you the access, a little bit more access by removing that. If you look down here, like I said, you wanna make sure there's no leaves. Clear that up if you need to. Sticking your hand and pulling anything out that's clogging that area. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the negative terminal right now. All right, so I'm just taking a little flathead screwdriver and putting it underneath here just to give me a little bit of leverage, and then that's gonna get the negative cable out the way. All right, next thing we need to do is disconnect the positive, okay, from the trunk. Again, we're in the trunk. This is the consumer battery. And if anybody doesn't know, the consumer battery pretty much does like the heated seats, helps operate the trunk, the power seats, things like that, the radio. We're gonna disconnect the positive on this one. All right. Then we pretty much remove the cap, the positive cable cap here, put it to the side. And then now we're going to remove the positive from the starter battery. All right, so the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is remove this here. This is a 10mm. This holds the battery in place. Just leave it this way. All right, So then this metal piece on here just comes right off. So then you're just going to remove this. All right, put it to the side, and then remove your battery. All right, here's the new battery. I went ahead and went with the Mercedes, just because I like the Mercedes batteries. This is what the manual recommends. And there's the old battery that was in the car, the Auto Crab Gold. So you're gonna want to remove this off of the battery terminal and then install. Same way you took it out. All right, so I got the Mercedes-Benz battery back in the car, or the new battery. You're gonna go ahead and hook it up. Make sure that your positive aligns with your positive, and then your negative aligns with your negative, and then hook in. First thing you're gonna wanna do is do it in reverse order. So you're gonna hook in the positive first, then the positive in the back, which is the consumer battery, the negative up here, okay, the starter battery, and then the negative in the consumer battery, okay? All right, so that's gonna be going in first. Let me go ahead and screw it in. All right, so now that we got both positives in, we're gonna hook the negative up on the starter battery, and then we're gonna hook the negative in the consumer battery. All right, so now that we plugged in the positive in the starter battery, we're gonna plug the positive on the consumer battery. All right, then we're gonna get it tightened up.